Cool Harry Potter shirt.
Thanks. I like yours too.
Oh, thanks. Isn't it funny how many Harry Potter fans get this symbol wrong?
I know, right? Even official Wizarding World merch is labeled incorrectly. I have an idea. Let's do a video on heraldry. Okay, but let's save the deep dive for a sequel. For now, let's just explain what everyone gets wrong about the designs on our shirts. Bonjour y'all, my name is Brita and I am the pink Ravenclaw. As you have already figured out from the title and the thumbnail and the opening script, we are going to talk about the symbol that is on my shirt. And what I am wearing is not the Hogwarts Crest.
Think you're being funny, do ya?
Now, if you already knew this, let me know in the comments down below. Tell me that you are also a smarty pants Ravenclaw who knows a very strange amount of heraldry, considering it's not super relevant to most of us today, especially us Americans. But I know a little bit about heraldry, and I am excited to share that small amount of knowledge with all of you, starting with the fact that this is not the Hogwarts Crest, it's the Hogwarts coat of arms, but this particular stylized version of the Hogwarts coat of arms includes the Hogwarts Crest. And if that's confusing, I know, I'm going to explain in just a second, but I do want to compare it to my other t-shirt, and I'm not twinning again because that's a lot of editing. This version of the Hogwarts coat of arms does not have the Hogwarts Crest on it. In fact, one could even argue that this is not even a full proper coat of arms, but some of the terminology has been kind of loosened up for casual usage, and clearly the fact that Wizarding World merch is literally labeled incorrectly as the Hogwarts Crest instead of the Hogwarts coat of arms. The terminology regarding these symbols has evolved to such a point that it could lose all meaning. So I am here to campaign for correct vocabulary and terminology in our Harry Potter symbols, starting with calling this a coat of arms and not a crest. The Harry Potter books themselves are actually inconsistent in how they use the terms coat of arms and crest. However, our very first introduction to this design in the text is correct. So I'm just gonna read to you from my copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. We are in chapter 3, the letters from no one. Turning the envelope over, his hand trembling, Harry saw a purple wax seal bearing a coat of arms, a lion, an eagle, a badger, and a snake surrounding a large letter H. So that is the basic text description that we first receive regarding the Hogwarts coat of arms. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, we get another mention of the coat of arms. This is in chapter 15, Beauxbaton and Durmstrang. Behind the teacher's table, the largest banner of all bore the Hogwarts coat of arms, lion, eagle, badger, and snake, united around a large letter H. A few pages later, we actually get a very brief mention of the Beauxbaton coat of arms. Harry just had time to see that the door of the carriage bore a coat of arms, 2 crossed golden wands, each emitting 3 stars, before it opened. Finally, and I'm not going to pull out the books for the direct quotes on this, both Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows refer to the Peveril coat of arms multiple times in regards to the Resurrection Stone. It's the question of whether or not the scratches on the stone are actually the Peveril coat of arms. But like I said, even the books have some inconsistencies on using coat of arms versus crest. So in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, in the very first chapter, Harry didn't recognize the third owl, a handsome tawny one, but he knew at once where it had come from because in addition to a third package, it was carrying a letter bearing the Hogwarts Crest. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, in chapter 21, the House Elf Liberation Front, they were all wearing the same uniform, a tea towel stamped with the Hogwarts Crest and tied, as Winky's had been, like a toga.
Toga, 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 toga.
Finally, we have one more repeated reference that I am not going to read directly. In Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the Half-Blood Prince, and the Deathly Hallows, we get repeated mentions of the Black family crest. This video is not going to be a super deep dive into heraldry. I have done a lot of the research, but I have not written a script. If you're interested in that sort of thing, let me know in the comments and I will do a follow-up video to this. For now, I'm just giving a big picture overview of the elements of a coat of arms and how that differs from a crest. So, the official coat of arms is actually the written description that is called the blazon of arms, and then the artist can interpret a lot of what you actually see. And this is one reason why we have so many beautiful, officially licensed versions of the Hogwarts coat of arms because, well, one, it's fictional, it's made up, there's not really an official history behind it, right? But two, you can have artistic renditions even drawing upon the same official blazon of arms, which is a formal written description to express what the coat of arms should look like. And then, so there are official parts of it, and then there are additional things that the artist can choose to add. So, breaking this down, the official parts include the motto, but that would be only the words. There is a banner at the bottom that has the motto in Latin. It's never tickle a sleeping dragon.
These are seriously misunderstood creatures.
But the banner itself is not part of the blazon of arms. It's only the words. So the artist can choose how to portray the words. The crest, which is actually the symbol above the helmet. So it's only a very specific part of a coat of arms is the crest. And then you have the shield elements, right? So that is what appears on the shield, their placement, and their colors. So for the Hogwarts coat of arms, that includes the 4 sections for the 4 houses, the specific colors, the specific animals to represent all the houses, and then the H that is in the center. Those are all of the shield elements. And then supporters, if any, which means usually 2 animals, birds, or persons appearing on either side of the shield. The elements that are not specified but can be added if an artist decides to include them in a coat of arms. So this is, again, the design of the motto, so how the placement is going to be of the motto. The wreath or torse, that is a rope with 6 parts using the first 2 colors or tinctures. The helmet or helm, remember this is actually what is under the crest, is the helmet or helm. And then the shield shape or angle. So the colors and designs of the shield are specified, but not the actual shape of the shield. And then the mantle or mantling, which is the decoration outside the shield, which is a modern enhancement. So again, looking at my shirt, that is kind of these like gold and black curly cues that are outside of the shield. A few final things. You might be wondering how exactly I know this extremely random information about crests versus coats of arms. Well, that's because 11 years ago, I interned with my sorority's history museum. That was Kappa Kappa Gamma in Columbus, Ohio. Side note, that's when I met Dan. And the museum curator slash archivist, who was my boss for the summer, one of the first things she taught me was the difference between the coat of arms and the crest, because of course Kappa has a coat of arms and a crest. So I have remembered that ever since, and I started to notice that pretty much everyone in the wizarding world was using the wrong terminology to describe this particular symbol. So I decided to do a video on it. Second thing that might interest y'all is my cool Harry Potter glasses. So I have talked about this brand before. It is Pear Eyewear. I just got these new tops. They're part of the expanded Harry Potter collection. So what y'all are seeing right now are the new Ravenclaw ones that I really like. They're actually called like eagle frames, even though they're just blue, but you know what? There's no ravens, so I will take it. Their other Ravenclaw frames have the raven. And then the ones I was wearing with my twin for this episode is a very colorful, you know, stylized look at different Harry Potter symbols. So I'm a big fan of these. You can get a discount off of your first order if you use my referral code that is in the description down below. I love these. I have a lot. A lot of tops. I would love for Pear to sponsor me, but for now I'm just buying more and more of these for myself and hoping that y'all buy them as well. Anyway, that is it. Once again, if you would like to know more on this topic, I would be happy to do a deep dive video explaining the meaning behind the colors, the meaning behind the different animals, the actual blazon of arms description that is for the Hogwarts coat of arms. I would be happy to break all of that down, but it'll take a fair amount of writing and filming to do, so I'm only going to do that if there is sufficient interest. So, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you want more Harry Potter content, subscribe to my channel. That is all that I have for y'all today. As always, keep reading and stay sparkly.